I can teach you how to keep your audience engaged and entertained so you can get your message across, so you can be more influential.
And the 2001 World Champion of Public Speaking, Darren LaCroix.
Do you want to speak or be heard? There's a big difference. The two biggest problems in the speaking world is, number one, self-doubt. When you're just getting started, when you don't have confidence, that's challenging. The second is ego.
Once you get a little confidence, you're the king of your club. No one can give you feedback. Yes. Everyone should learn from me.
Shut up! Let it go! See, here's the problem, is you think you're so good. I mean, not you, the other people in your club. I look at it like this. There's an ego bag out there. There's an ego bag, and you put your brain into that ego bag. And you go to a conference like this, and you go to get the wisdom, so you say, but what happens is, you don't soak anything up. Raise your hand if you want to look good on stage. Let it go! That's the problem! Start focusing more on what your audience leaves with, rather than how good you look. See, I believe you reap what you soak. But a gesture is a choreographed body movement that has no connection to exactly what you're saying at that moment. Your intention is good to add gestures, yet it doesn't mean anything to what you're talking about. What a beautiful morning out there, and those are gestures.
I'll never forget, my dad probably doesn't even remember. He said, I don't care what you want to do. Just be the best. And I am, Dad.
That was on Saturday morning. On Monday, I went back to my day job at that time, and this coworker walked up to me, and she was so excited for me. And she said, congratulations, you're so lucky to be able to speak like that. I'm thinking, lucky? It's a misnomer, it's a myth that people think you're either born with it or you're not. You're born as a great presenter, you're not. You're born funny or you're not. Every presenter who becomes world class had to start somewhere. She saw the end result. What she didn't see or understand was where I started. So let me take you back. It was 1992. I had never been on a stage before in my life, and I bombed miserably at a Boston comedy club.
Makes it the greatest event in the world. Sorry for my voice, like fluttering a little bit. But a lot of towns are like this. I was doing some research, like places like Lexington, the first revolutionary skirmish happened there. What was his name? I can't even think of his name. Obviously he was real famous. Eli Whitney was...
If you were there in stitches that night, and you watched that performance, would you have ever walked up to me and said, Darren, if you practice real hard, someday you could do this for a living? No, I watch it now, I think, how did I ever go up a second time? But my real question for you is this. If I can go from that to 9 years later, winning the world championship, what can you do? What can you do?
My students have complained about the same thing for years, and
the defense rests. I'm living proof anyone can learn this. I learned it the hard way to make it easier for you. I'm uniquely qualified to show your leaders how to be more compelling, be more memorable, and maybe even get some more laughs. Bruce, You are healed. Let's give him a round of applause.
Long story short, Darren rocks.
I've listened to Darren LaCroix in the car from previous CDs, but it's a whole other thing to see him in person because he has so much passion, animation, and authenticity. He comes across so 3D.
I was gripped from the beginning to the end. Everything that I got out of it was amazing. My only thing is, I wish the session was longer because it's one of the best sessions I've seen.
A group of us drove all the way down through the ice and snow to come down and hear you speak. And it was a life-changing event to actually see and hear you. And the comments that you made and the techniques that you taught me, I brought back, and I work in corporate communications, and I incorporated those into videos and speeches I gave around the world.
And he was just phenomenal. You've got to see him.
So in 2001, I thought I was a pretty good presenter. I had been doing stand-up, I was a professional speaker, I was getting paid really well, but I wasn't world class. It wasn't until I met my coach, Mark Brown, the 1995 world champion, that everything changed. As I handed my coach the greatest speech in the history of Toastmasters, I swear you could hear choirs of angels. Oh! I handed Mark my speech. Mark took the speech.
Oh, Darren, we have some work to do.
What? I wrote the greatest speech that I could write from the level I was at. You see, Mark could see in 2 minutes what I couldn't see after 7 years. And I realized there was a whole other level that I wasn't going for. And I realized this, that if you're not coachable, there is no cure. So think about it this way. Do you want to speak or be heard? If you want to be heard, you got to speak to the subconscious mind. But here's the problem. Your message doesn't make it all the way through. So how do you get a message into the subconscious mind?
He made a video for us that helped us promote our conference, and he's energizing and inspiring and educational, and he clearly loves what he does, and he's just so sincere and authentic. It was great. I've worked with a lot of professional speakers, and Darren is one of the best. It's just great.
Record number of guests, record number of attendees. People have been raving about the experience.
Put together a custom intro video for us. We got that shot out to our email list. He distributed it out to his folks. We had almost twice as many people as we expected in the room. Darren LaCroix, great program, buddy. We'll have you back again.
We were lucky enough to have Darren LaCroix as our opening keynote speaker, and boy did he rock the house.
He did an amazing job. Our therapists were just laughing. They really enjoyed the day. They really learned how to engage our clients with humor.
Have him back is an understatement. I'd love to do it. It really set off the tone for the next 3 days, and it was just a wonderful presentation. And I hadn't seen that many people laugh that late in the afternoon at an event like this in a long time. So we were delightfully pleased. So would I recommend him? Oh yeah.
Darren LaCroix, you should have him at your next event. He's amazing. Just the simple processes that he gives to your organization is just fabulous. He makes things that are complex sound so simple that you can use that day.
Every presenter who becomes world class had to start somewhere. I started in the comedy clubs. I mean, you talk about boot camp for presenters. You can't hide up there. You have to learn how to engage the audience. So I learned quickly in the toughest environment in the world. So now when I'm on stage, I can not only be better, but I can teach better. You come at it from 3 different directions. Why? Because you have your analytical type. They need the numbers. Where did you get the source? They need that or they won't listen. Then you have the emotional type. Touch my heart. They need the story. So if you're going to really help people, you have to come at it from 3 different directions. That's how this model works so much more effectively.
Audiences from around the world have been inspired by Darren's story of going from a shy guy with no talent who bombed miserably at a comedy club in 1992 to a highly sought-after mentor of speakers and presenters. Darren proves that becoming a great speaker isn't a matter of natural-born talent, but knowing the secrets, being coachable, soaking up knowledge, and refining your craft. He is the only speaker in the world to hold all 3 designations of World Champion Speaker, Certified Speaking Professional, and Accredited Speaker. Darren is the author of Laugh and Get Rich and The Speaker's Edge. He delivers quarterly conferences and multi-day workshops for professional speakers and beginners alike. His clients include some of the top names in the world, such as Fidelity Investments, IBM, Boise Cascade, the National Speakers Association, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and Sheraton Hotels. He has coached executives at numerous companies, including European software giant Luxoft. Leading organizations praise Darren's ability to inspire and coach their employees and members into becoming better speakers and presenters through his memorable, informative, and engaging keynotes and workshops. If your organization includes people that need to deliver more effective presentations or speeches, you'll be delighted with the results Darren delivers at your next event.
Please welcome your coach for today, Darren LaCroix.
Do you want to speak or be heard?